Have you ever worked hard for something and still felt like you were getting nowhere? You tried, you hoped, you gave your best, but the result wasn't what you expected. Maybe you failed an exam. Maybe an opportunity passed you by. Maybe you started something important and nobody supported you. Maybe you look around and see other people moving forward while you feel stuck in the same place. And slowly, a dangerous thought begins to enter your mind. Maybe I should just give up. But before you do, listen carefully. A difficult season does not mean you have a difficult future. Sometimes the hardest part of your journey comes just before you begin to understand what you are truly capable of. We often admire successful people because we see where they are today. We see the achievement. We see the confidence. We see the results. But we don't always see the uncertainty, mistakes, rejection, disappointment, and countless attempts that came before those results. That's why you should never judge your entire journey by one difficult chapter. You may be struggling today, but today is not forever. You may have failed, but failure is not your identity. You may be behind where you wanted to be, but being behind is not the same as being finished. And this is the first lesson. Don't allow one bad moment to make you give up on a good future. Failure can teach you. Disappointment can teach you. Mistakes can teach you. Even rejection can teach you. The question is not whether life will challenge you. It will. The question is what you will become because of those challenges. Will you become bitter or wiser? Will you become discouraged or stronger? Will you stop or will you learn how to continue? Because sometimes the person you become after a difficult experience is more valuable than the person you were before it. So if you're struggling right now, don't rush to conclude that your story is over. Maybe you're simply in the part of the story where you're being prepared. And preparation is not always comfortable. Sometimes it looks like failure. Sometimes it looks like starting again. Sometimes it looks like taking one tiny step when you wish you could take 10. But one step is still movement. And if you keep moving, eventually you will discover something important. You're capable of more than you thought. So stay with this message, because we're going to talk about how to turn failure into lessons, how to keep moving when progress is slow, how to stop comparing yourself with others, and how to build the discipline to keep going when motivation disappears. But first, you have to understand something. You cannot build a strong future while being terrified of every mistake. You have to learn how to fail without allowing failure to define you. And that's where the journey begins. Now, let's talk about failure. Nobody likes to fail. We want our plans to work the first time. We want our efforts to produce results. We want people to believe in us. But life doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you can give something your best effort and still fail. And when that happens, you have a choice. You can say, "I'm not good enough." Or you can ask, "What can I learn from this?" That question changes everything. Failure does not always mean you should stop. Sometimes it shows you what you need to improve. Maybe you need more preparation. Maybe you need more practice. Maybe you need a better strategy. Maybe you need to learn something new. Whatever the lesson is, don't waste it. Remember this. A failed attempt does not make you a failure. Your mistake is something that happened. It is not who you are. So don't allow one bad result to define your entire future. And don't confuse slow progress with failure. Some things take time. You may study for weeks before you understand something. You may practice for months before your skill becomes strong. You may work quietly for a long time before anyone notices. That's okay. Growth takes time. A seed doesn't become a tree overnight. So if your progress feels slow, keep going. Learn, practice, improve. Try again, and stop comparing your journey with someone else's. You see their success, but you don't see everything that happened before it. You see their results, but you don't see their struggles. Your journey is different. Instead of asking, "Why am I not where they are?" ask, "Am I better than I was yesterday?" If the answer is yes, keep moving. Because progress doesn't always look impressive. Sometimes progress is simply refusing to quit. And that leads to the next lesson. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. At some point, you have to move. Many people spend years waiting for confidence, waiting for money, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting until everything feels right, but you may never feel completely ready. Sometimes you become ready by starting. You take the first step, you make mistakes, you learn, you improve, and confidence grows along the way. So don't wait for fear to disappear. You can be afraid and still move. You can be nervous and still begin. You can be uncertain and still learn. Courage is not having no fear. Courage is refusing to let fear control your decisions. If you have an idea, develop it. If you have a skill you want to learn, practice. If you have an opportunity, prepare and take it seriously. Start with what you have. It doesn't have to be perfect. Your first attempt may not be your best. That's okay. You are allowed to start small, but starting is only half the battle. The next challenge is consistency. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you will feel excited. Other days you will feel tired. Some days you will believe in yourself. Other days you may question everything. That's normal. This is why you need discipline. Discipline means doing what matters even when you don't feel like doing it. Study when you would rather waste time. Practice when nobody is watching. Keep working when nobody is praising you. Small actions repeated every day can create big changes over time. One lesson, one practice, one improvement, one step, then another, and another. But remember, consistency doesn't mean refusing to change. If something isn't working, learn from it. Change your strategy. Ask for advice. Improve your approach. Keep the goal, but be willing to change the method. You don't always need a new dream. Sometimes you simply need a better plan. So stop waiting. Start where you are. Use what you have. Learn as you go. And keep moving. Because the person you become tomorrow is being shaped by what you repeatedly do today. Now ask yourself one important question. Who do I need to become to reach the future I want? Because your goals require more than wishes. If you want knowledge, keep learning. If you want success, build discipline. If you want opportunities, develop useful skills. If you want trust, become dependable. Your future requires a stronger version of you, and that person is built through daily choices. The choice to study instead of procrastinating. The choice to practice instead of making excuses. The choice to learn instead of pretending you know everything. The choice to continue when quitting feels easier. Small choices become habits. Habits shape character, and character influences your future. So don't only chase achievements. Build yourself. Build your discipline. Build your knowledge. Build your patience. Build your confidence. Build your ability to solve problems. And don't wait for everyone to believe in you. You may not always receive support. Some people may doubt you. Some may not understand your vision. Listen to useful advice, but don't allow every opinion to control your direction. You are responsible for your choices. You cannot control everything that happens to you. You cannot control every rejection. You cannot control what people think, but you can control your response. You can choose to learn. You can choose to improve. You can choose to try again. You can choose to become wiser instead of bitter. And that is powerful. So instead of constantly asking, "Why is my life like this?" ask, "What can I do with what I have right now?" Do you have time? Use it wisely. Do you have a skill? Develop it. Do you have an idea? Work on it. Do you have an opportunity to learn? Take it. You don't need everything to take the next step. You just need the willingness to begin. Your future isn't built in one dramatic moment. It is built quietly, decision by decision, day by day, choice by choice. So look at your daily life. What are you doing repeatedly? What are you avoiding? What are you learning? Who are you becoming? If you don't like your direction, you can change it. You can start again. You can make better choices. You can become stronger. And now, there is one final lesson. What will you do with everything you've learned? Because knowledge means very little if you never take action. You will fail sometimes. You will make mistakes. You will experience disappointment. But none of those things have to be the end. Failure can teach you. Mistakes can give you wisdom. Delay can teach you patience. Consistency can make you stronger. And action can reveal what you are capable of becoming. So when something doesn't work, don't immediately give up. Stop, think, learn, then decide what to do next. Maybe you need to try again. Maybe you need a better strategy. Maybe you need to change direction. Whatever the answer is, keep growing. Maybe you've wasted time. Start now. Maybe you've made mistakes. Learn from them. Maybe you've lost confidence. Build it again through action. Maybe you've failed. Try again with greater wisdom. And if you're currently going through a difficult season, remember this. Your current situation is not your final destination. You may be in a difficult chapter, but a chapter is not the entire story. Keep writing. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep moving. You don't need to know exactly how your entire future will unfold. You only need the courage to take the next step. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do the work. Stay patient. Stay consistent. And don't give up on the person you are still becoming, because you are not finished. Your journey is not finished. Your potential is not finished. Your story is not finished. This is not the end. This is your next beginning. So if life knocks you down, get back up, take the lesson with you, leave the excuse behind, and move forward. You don't have to change your whole life today. Just change what you do next. One step, then another, and another, until one day you look back and realize the moment you thought you were falling apart was actually the moment you started becoming stronger. So keep going, keep believing, keep learning, keep moving, and whenever you fall, remember, don't stay down. Rise, learn, and move forward. Your story isn't over. Your next chapter starts with what you do today. Thank you for watching.